Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Gift of the Gab brought to you by 10 Leaves, your deep dive guide into everything happening inside Gift City, India's first international financial services center. I'm your host Bhumika Arora, and in today's episode, we are decoding one of the most important pillars of Gift City, the International Financial Services Center, and its unified regulator, the IFSCA, also known as IFSCA. What is an IFSC? Why does it need its own regulator? And how does the IFSCA make Gift City function like a global financial hub? And to break it all down, I am joined by Rekha Bhatti from Team 10 Leaves, who has been closely tracking these developments. Rekha, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Bhumika. It's always pleasure to talk about a space that's transforming India's global financial presence.
So, Rekha, let's dive right in. Gift City is India's first and only international financial service center, an IFSC. But before 2020, the regulatory landscape inside an IFSC was complicated. So, Rekha, let me start with the most fundamental question, and that is what problem was the IFSCA designed to solve?
Yeah. Bhumika, first of all, IFSCA is a regulatory authority, International Financial Service Center Authority. Before the IFSCA, different financial activities inside Gift City were regulated by different authorities. RBI, which is Reserve Bank of India, it's for banking. SEBI, which is Securities and Exchange Board of India, is for capital markets. IRDAI, which is for insurance sector, and PFRDA is for pension sector. So this fragmentation meant delays, duplication, and uncertainty. So when IFSCA comes into the picture, it was created to consolidate all this under one umbrella, a single unified regulatory body that oversees all the financial products, services, and institutions inside the IFSC. It is one of the biggest reason Gift City is now able to compete with global hubs like Dubai, Singapore, and Dublin.
Okay, Rekha, I think that really sets the stage. I mean, a global financial center can't run efficiently if businesses have to navigate four different regulators, right?
Right.
Right, okay. So now, Rekha, this leads me to the next point. What
Hmm.
changes for banks, insurers, fund managers, or payment companies when they deal with one regulator instead of so many?
See, the main positive point over here is you don't have to reach to so many websites. You have to only go to IFSCA website for this. So,
Okay.
one cohesive rule book and faster approvals. We have to go to one portal only. There is
Mm-hmm.
clear supervision and less friction and fewer compliances loops. Otherwise, we have to deal with so many regulators. So, the chances of errors are very much high. So whether a bank wants to open a banking unit or a fund wants to set up a fund management entity, IFSCA provides clarity and consistency. It removes these hurdles, regulatory overlaps, which is one of the biggest pain points for global players over here.
Right, I think it simplifies the whole system.
Yes.
Okay. And I also believe that Gift City has regulations that are sector specific, like banking regulations and fund management regulations, payment service regulations, and more. Is it?
Yes. There are separate regulations within IFSCA. So each segment is a like banking, fund management, payments, insurance. They have their dedicated internationally aligned set of regulations. They are not generic like Indian rules. So they
Okay.
are written specifically for global operations, like we can say IFSCA Banking Regulations 2020, IFSCA Fund Management Regulations 2025, IFSCA Payment Services Regulations 2024, and for payments and settlement system, IFSCA Payment and Settlement System Regulations 2024. These are aligned with global standards. So if we are going for banking entity, then we have to only go to IFSCA Banking Regulations 2020, and it will clear all our doubts. There is everything is in that regulations only, and we need not go anywhere else. This structure tells businesses exactly what they can do and how they will be governed. So the chances of errors are very less.
Right, I think it cuts out all the ambiguity, and which is very crucial in finance.
Yes, yes.
And along with this, the IFSCA, I think, also launched one of its biggest digital initiatives recently. The
Yes.
yes, the single window IT system, also known as SWIT.
Yes, yes. Our Honorable Prime Minister inaugurated that in last year only, 2024. So this is
Okay.
basically a portal where everything is consolidated. All regulatory interactions we can do in one digital platform. Applications, approvals, submissions, compliances, everything. So we
Mhm.
don't have to run from one department to another department. So our time is saved. Lot of time actually. So
Mhm.
we can say that it is a clean, centralized, global standard system that simplifies the entire onboarding process for financial institutions, and which is very important.
Right. And Rekha, moving on to one of my favorite topics, fintech. So,
Okay.
Gift City has like quickly become a magnet for emerging technologies. How does IFSCA's sandbox differ from other sandboxes across India? Like, can you please guide us?
Yeah. So basically, the main difference here is other sandboxes in India, like though regulated by the individual entity, as we discussed earlier, it's RBI, SEBI, or
Mhm.
IRDAI. So they have their own domains. They operate within their own domains, like
Okay.
in IFSCA, what is there? We have four regulatory bodies combined in one body, unique body. So Sandbox covers the entire financial spectrum. So we have banking, insurance, capital market, payments, wealth, cross-border solutions. So fintechs don't need to seek permission for multiple regulators here. So this is the plus point. And
Okay.
also, if any foreign entity, any wants to join the regulatory sandbox over here, so we have interoperable regulatory sandbox, which gives foreign fintechs a fast track entry into India. So this is something no domestic sandbox offers.
Very interesting. I this something like this I have also heard for the first time.
Yeah.
I think that's also a major advantage for India's innovation ecosystem. Okay. Rekha, now let's talk about the two special categories that have been added to IFSCA, aircraft and ship leasing, and the new BATF service categories. Can you tell us why these categories are so important?
Yes, Bhumika. Actually, earlier, dealing with these categories is very difficult under our domestic regulations. So it's kind of impossible thing for us. So now, as we have these categories in IFSCA, so we can efficiently under IFSCA finance company regulations get a clear license under this, and also these IFSCA regulations are based on global standards, so we need not have any hurdles. There are so many tax incentives also to set up these type of entities over here, and India can finally compete with Ireland or Singapore like countries. So this is something very good initiative from the IFSCA government authorities. So the second one is BATF services. BATF services are it's also a game changer actually. Earlier, these types of services were provided separately: bookkeeping, accounting, taxation, and financial crime compliances. Now they have consolidated all these services into one entity, which is IFSCA BATF Services Regulations 2024. So it provides clarity, and we also know what sort of services and operational requirement is there. So all these services are provided in one umbrella. So this is a huge for India's outsourcing and GCC industries. It allows highly regulated, high value services to be delivered to global clients. from Gift City, not just like basic BPO work, but we can provide them proper services.
Okay. So Rekha, this brings me to like a bigger question. How do these reforms shape India's global positioning?
Yeah, Bhumika, actually, by adding all these services, and IFSCA is also in a developing phase. They are doing many things, and many things are coming into picture now. And we are also learning from the past hurdles we have done, we have faced, and improvising also. So we are
Mhm.
expanding, and this is a plus point for India. And the services. Horizon of services to be offered to the world is also expanding. So
Okay.
there are so many services we can offer to the world now. This is like cross-border fund management, global leasing activities, high-value professional services, sandbox-driven innovation, international banking and insurance services, and seamless global payments. So we can say Gift City isn't just a new place to work from. It's India stepping up as a global financial hub.
Hmm. Yeah, I think very nicely put that it is India's stepping up as a global financial hub.
Mhm.
Right. And finally, Rekha, like where do you see Gift City and the IFSCA in the next 5 years?
See, in the next 5 years, I can see IFSCA growing and so many global entities and global players coming in India for
Mm-hmm.
their business. So we can see more global banks and insurers coming in, major fund houses being set up, and aircraft and ship leasing taking off, global capability centers, and gift for choosing gift for their regulatory operations. And there are so many vibrant fintech ecosystems being entities being
Established. Hmm.
established,
Right.
and deeper integration with global markets. So all of this, Gift City is going to rock. So become India's gateway to global finance with IPSCA at the center of it all.
Yes, IFSCA ruling the Gift City.
Yes.
Correct. Right, right. All right, Rekha. I think it was an amazing conversation today and very insightful also. I have learned like a very, very new, like I've learned so many new names today. So, yeah, new names, actually, new terms. Hmm.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
All right. So, Rekha, that wraps up the episode of Gift of the Gap for today. And as per my understanding, like if I had to summarize today's discussion in just one line, it would be that IFSCA is the master key that is unlocking India's potential to operate as a true global financial center. Is that right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very true.
Right. And thank you so much, Rekha, for joining us today and, giving us all this information in such a easy manner so that we can understand.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Bhumika. It's my pleasure always.
Yes. And thank you all our listeners for tuning in. We will be back with the next episode very soon, where we continue exploring the inner workings, opportunities, and transformations happening in the Gift City. Until then, stay curious, stay informed, and keep listening to the Gift of the Gab brought to you by 10 Leaves.